Hello, everyone. Welcome to Alphawisdom. This is lesson 137, part 2. We're dealing with the signs that could be found on lines of affection. All right, we've covered the first 4. Now we're starting here with the trident. Then we go to the tassel, square, dot, and maybe something else, time permitting. All right. Here we see it says tassel or trident. And key words, dissipation of affection. Things are beginning to end. Dissipation implies slowly, but the end is coming. Something is wrong. So let's see what this something could possibly be when you see a trident or a tassel at the end of the line. Well, it shows the utter dissipation and scattering of the affection. Things are not where they should be. In fact, things are just, well, it's when thoughts come up like, well, maybe it wasn't meant to be. But it's like a feeling of giving up. Okay? Okay. Then we leave this. What more else can I say? I'll point out this. Tassel is always present with that meaning when there is a short line. At the end of a short line. If the line is up, vertical, and it's at the top, it's a good thing. So it's depending on where these signs are located, that determines their meaning for that particular location. Okay, I want to point that out. Let's go with the square. When we see a square, it's like it's there to repair something, to fix something. And here it is on the line. The square can be on a mount, in a space, on a line, at the beginning of the line, at the end of the line. It's always good. It's like you have a problem, you have an issue, and here comes the square. When the square is there, it tends to fix things, make things better. Okay, so when you see a square, it's always welcome. If it's on the mount of Jupiter, that's below the index finger, it indicates a teacher square, someone who's good with mentoring or teaching, instruction. It doesn't have to be in the classroom, and so on. And also we have lawyers that have squares on that mount. Okay, now back to the square. If the break be enclosed in a square, wherever the problem is, the person will recover the disturbed affection. So this is on an affection line. Whatever the issue was between the two people with this affection that caused a problem, if there is a square, that is help to the rescue. The relationship is not going to end. It's like it comes to fix things. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. This is a dot. We haven't talked too much of the dot, but the dot was introduced to you. Okay? So if after the dot the line grows thin, the affection disappears. Now I left it like this. Here's the dot. And the line is not necessarily growing thin, but I'm pointing that out to you. If you have a dot or you see a dot and beyond the dot there's a little line, but the line is thin, it's letting you know there's still a problem with that. But right off the start, when we see a dot, the dot is like letting you know there's something wrong here. But anyway, there's always hope. All right. It depends on if there's something else at the end of this line. That will be the final determination. But the dot is just letting you know there's a problem here. And when that happens, that means it's fixable, unless there's another sign here, like the tassel. You wouldn't want a tassel there. Okay, let's go on to the next one, which is our last one. Okay, and this is a broken line. This means interruption. Now, you've seen this before. When I introduced in earlier lessons, when we're talking about, the fate line, there were spaces in between the line. Same thing here. So it's basically the same meaning. I say this to point out to you that you have a lot of information already under your belt. Just try to remember or apply some of what you learned and see if it works here. In the case here, it certainly does work. Because if a line is broken, it will indicate that the affection will be interrupted in some way. It didn't say it's ending. There's something that's causing an interruption. But look at what happens after the interruption. That gap represents interruption. The line is strong. Whatever the problem was, it has been corrected. So all is well. I guess we could say that. All right. Well, that ends our discussion of signs for this week. And we're going to be going into something else. I'm not sure yet, so I won't say. I hope you understood these parts, in fact, all of this week, because we all have affection lines, and the curiosity comes up every now and then as to, well, what does this mean? Now you have a good idea. So refer to what's in your palm, or if you're able to, look in others' palm and see what you grasp, what you understand. That's when it stays with you and you really can see as it goes on, as it says, you can see the light. Well, thank you again for watching. Please give a thumbs up if you liked the lesson, it was meaningful to you, and of course share and subscribe. Have a wonderful day, stay safe, and of course be happy. Bye.